I'm Rob. Thank y'all for joining me today for another episode of the Pursuit of Purpose podcast. We're at my desk, and the title of this episode is The Staying Power of Self Aware Leadership. Today, we're exploring a truth about leadership and the kind that lasts, the kind that has staying power. Those who model self aware leadership endure because it's never really about them. It's about their team. It's about who they serve. There's a trap involved in not having self-awareness in leadership. It's an ego trap. But let's be honest, too many leaders make it about themselves. The spotlight, the title, the applause. They rise fast and they fall even faster. History is full of cautionary tales. Leaders chasing image instead of impact. Leaders blinded by their own reflection. And when ego wins, everyone and everything else loses. Mandela's lesson. Now, think about this. Nelson Mandela, 27 years behind bars. He could have walked out bitter. He could have demanded revenge. But Mandela chose self awareness. He knew leadership wasn't about him. It wasn't about, it was about unity. It was about forgiveness. It was about service, most of all. That's why his leadership had staying power. That's why he's remembered as not just a leader, but a great leader. Self awareness turned pain into purpose and purpose into lasting influence. When awareness is absent, now let's flip the coin. Remember Enron? Everybody remembers Enron, right? Billions in revenue, thousands of employees, and at the core, leaders that were blinded by arrogance. They couldn't admit mistakes, they couldn't see their limits. And when self awareness disappears, self destruction follows. Enron collapsed, jobs vanished, trust was destroyed. Leadership without awareness is leadership without a future. So then we got Howard Schultz and the story of Starbucks. Let's look at Howard Schultz, the man behind Starbucks. He grew up poor, he never forgot it. When he built Starbucks, it wasn't just about coffee, it was about people. Healthcare for part timers, opportunities for workers, community inside every store. That's self aware leadership, remembering where you came from, building for others. That's why Starbucks became more than coffee, it became an experience because Schultz made leadership about service, not about status. The hard truth that here's a pattern: self aware leaders leave legacies, self absorbed leaders leave wreckage. But let's be real, self awareness isn't easy. It demands humility, it demands listening more than talking, it demands questioning yourself first. It's a mirror you may not want to look in, but it's the mirror great leaders learn to face. Let's look at Lincoln's example. Think about Abraham Lincoln, not the loudest, not the flashiest, but he had humility. He knew he didn't know it all. He built a cabinet of rivals, people who disagreed with him. Why do you think that is? Because Lincoln valued truth over ego, perspective over comfort. That's why he held a broken nation together. His staying power didn't come from being the smartest, it came from making the room stronger. Echo chambers destroy leaders. Think about insecure leaders, leaders who surround themselves with yes men, leaders who can't take criticism. That's not leadership, that's fear. Echo chambers kill progress, and insecure leaders don't last. Self awareness isn't optional, it's survival. So, the final challenge. So, here's the challenge. So, if you want staying power, stop making it about you. Ask yourself daily, Did I listen more than I spoke today? Did I lift others up? Did I share credit or steal it? Keep it all for myself. Self aware leaders don't just manage teams, they transform people. They don't just hold positions, they build movements. Mandela, Schultz, and Lincoln, they lasted because they served, because they led with humility, because they modeled self awareness. And here's the paradox: when leadership isn't about you, that's when it lasts beyond you. You create legacy. Thank you for joining me today. This episode of the Pursuit of Purpose podcast. And remember, leadership isn't about what you achieve, it's about the lives you impact. Keep growing, keep leading with awareness, and keep pursuing your purpose. Until next time, I'm Rob, and thank you for allowing me to become a part of the Pursuit of Purpose. We'll talk soon. Have a great day.